Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to the Terror in the Isles Challenge. This is the segment I'm doing with my good buddy Joe the Horror Man, where we're going to examine films from Terror in the Isles. Not only the theatrical cut, but the television cut as well. Today, we're going to be talking about An American Werewolf in London. An American Werewolf in London is a 1981 film which runs approximately 97 minutes and is written and directed by John Landis. Now, he was responsible for Schlock, The Blues Brothers, and Trading Places. Now, this stars David Naughton as David Kessler. He was in Separate Ways, Hot Dog the Movie, and The Sleeping Car. That's actually one of Joe and mine's favorites. This also stars Jenny Agutter as Alex Price. She was in Logan's Run, The Avengers, and Child's Play 2. And Griffin Dunne as Jack Goodman. He was in War Machine, Quiz Show, and My Girl. And he's actually in the series This Is Us, which is actually getting ready to end now. This is the final season. Let's see, the budget on this is $10 million, and the worldwide gross was $30 million. This is John Landis' favorite movie that he's made, and all the songs in the soundtrack have the word moon in them. Okay. I'm sure most people have seen this in some way, shape, or form. This was one of the, well, it's probably the biggest werewolf movie. This and The Howling are the two biggest werewolf movies, I'm sure. This has David and Jack, two friends who are backpacking in England, and they get attacked by a wild animal that they come to find out is a werewolf. Now, Jack is killed, and David is pretty messed up. He ends up going to the hospital where they try to cover up what's happened to him. And he ends up falling for his nurse, Alex. As the moon starts to become full, he starts a transformation. That is probably the most famous transformation ever for any werewolf movie. It still boggles my mind to this day. That's pretty much the story in a nutshell. The transformation scene, as I was saying before, is truly amazing. I don't know how much it cost to do that, but I'm sure it was a pretty penny. But boy, was it worth it. I mean, it's still being talked about today. And, 81, we're in 2022 now. Such an amazing film. It's listed as a horror comedy. I find it more to be horror than comedy, but there are some comical parts in it. You have the dreams that are very vivid and pretty weird, involving Nazis, which I'm actually really surprised no one's ever done a movie about Nazi werewolves, or at least a halfway decent one about Nazi werewolves. I mean, that's an opening right there. But yeah, this movie's amazing. The acting's amazing. The effects are amazing. The scenery is gorgeous. I mean, where they're walking on the moors is just beautiful. And the tunnel in the subways where the one guy's attacked, that is so cool and grungy and grimy. It almost reminds me of like New York in the 80s. It's just cool. The whole movie is just cool. I always forget how much I like this film until I watch it again. I was never a big fan of the ending. I felt that the ending came too quick, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But, what more are you going to do with it, I guess? I don't know. But I do love the scene in the porn theater. I was talking to Joe about this. The way his friend Jack looks, I mean, he shows up several times in the film, but the way he looks in that theater is just amazing. The effects are so cool. And even though they're disgusting, they're not really that off-putting, which is surprising. Anyway, let me get to my relatable recommendation. My recommendation is something that we did in the Fangoria challenge, and that is Ginger Snaps. Now, I could have recommended a lot of different movies for American Werewolf in London, but I wanted to go with Ginger Snaps because it has a similar quality. It's about a person dealing with what they've been given and slowly descending into madness because of the situation. I do. That's a tough one. I don't know which one I like more, but this is definitely a fantastic movie. American Werewolf in London is amazing. Definitely check them both out. If you've never seen Ginger Snaps, check that one out. Don't forget to check out Joe's review and see what he picked as a recommendation. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.